One of the best skills you can learn to improve your GMing is spotlight management. In this episode, in the segment time-coded as The Grain Peddler and the Skinks, we have a great example of how you can manage the spotlight when your player characters are split up. The key is to make frequent cuts between the various scenes. When you reach a point of tension or interest, or even a little mini cliffhanger, smash cut to another scene. Keeping the spotlight flowing around the table not only makes things more exciting, it also helps keep players fully engaged in what is going on. Enjoy.
Thistle, you see a clutch of skinks, like maybe there's like a little clutch of skinks, maybe 3 or 4 of them, up like high in a tree, you know, and like you don't know how long they're going to be there. Like they could scuttle away and be gone for good, or they might hang out for the rest of the day. Who knows? What do you do?
And skinks are dangerous?
No, they're not dangerous at all. But you don't even know the full story here. The Thrawn hasn't told you. Thrawn wants to find skinks though, like he's been looking for them.
Yeah, he said be on the lookout for him and tell him as soon as you can or whatever, right?
Okay, so I picture Thistle like gathering, some grasses and herbs and stuff like that, and then looking up, and because Spot the spider taps him and points up, and he looks up and he sees the skinks, and he said, "Oh wow, those must be skinks." And starts gathering his stuff and scurrying to Thran.
Real quickly, before you get to Thran, Fergus, I think you are aware of Thistle and the skinks before Thran is, and you probably have a good sense of like Thran will be distracted by this or whatever. Like, so what do? Do you like intervene here, or do you just let it keep going?
Fergus is taking a break. He's sitting down on a rock, and Thran's kind of chomping at the bit a little bit, like, hey, we should get a move on. And I think Fergus is probably smoking a pipe and taking it easy because Thrawn's like eager to leave, and we just heard this alert message that we should head in a direction. He's kind of starting to get up, and he, that's whenever he hears Thistle coming through, making all haste. So either he's found something that's important and he's headed in our direction. Fergus is going to act as if there's danger. Going to go on guard and tell Thrawn, watch out, there's something chasing Thistle.
Only Thistle is aware of the skink still.
Yeah.
Okay. Thistle is like kind of coming up from the rear, like of you guys, and trying to tell you about this. Also, Thrawn, how do you respond?
I'll point to a particularly thick blade of grass that a mouse could hide behind, and like signal for Fergus to go there, and then I'll get behind another, and as Thistle comes running past, I'll like grab him and like pull him back.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, right.
I'm like, what's pursuing you? What's out there?
Nothing's pursuing me. Everything's great. The skinks. I found skinks.
Found the skinks, and there's nothing chasing you.
No, should there be?
All right, I wave Fergus off. I'm like, there's nothing here.
Skinks. They're skinks. You said you wanted skinks.
Perfect. Well done. You've already outdone that tender paw up ahead. Now, Thistle, I need you to take me to the skinks. Fergus, if you would be so kind as to check on our tender paw and his mentor and make sure they are okay.
Sir, yes, sir.
That's when the camera pans back and we see the skinks, and David Attenborough is like, in its natural neighborhood, the skinks.
Skinks don't normally crawl in trees, but the GM doesn't know anything about skinks.
Exactly.
All right, awesome. Let's cut back to the grain cart group. So the mouse who's like operates the grain cart, he's got like a little floppy straw hat on, he's like a little farmer mouse or whatever, and he's like, oh, thank you, I'm so I was beginning to think that I was gonna be hawk food after a minute, but I just can't lose this haul. And he's like, doing his best to like, push the grain cart out of the mud. Kelsey, what are you doing? Do you want to take a stab at trying to help finish this up here?
Yeah, I think I say, it's really not a matter of where you stand, good grain monger. It's a matter of leverage. Barth, if you want to keep an eye out, I think I can get this one wheel loose.
Sure, yeah. I'll like be scanning the horizon for make sure that we're not hawk bait or anything.
Hooks her thumb behind her back and pulls the axe out, which is probably a bit intimidating because it's like the height of a mouse.
Right, yeah.
But then she turns it over so that the Handle is pointing towards the grain monger. Walks over, sticks it in between the pegs of the wheel, and says, "All right, now hold on to me, and we'll both pull." And she pulls the wheel and starts to get it to turn, and hopefully gets it free from the muck.
Awesome. Roll do something dangerous with focus.
So that's a 6. If somebody wants to,
Bart, you want to spin the pool?
Yeah, I think like maybe they're both pulling on it, and then they like start to rise comically, like it's too much for them, and then I like leap onto the handle as well, and it like starts going down and it pushes forward.
Nice. Okay, so I have to give you a worst outcome or a hard choice. I think what's going to happen here, you guys are going to free the grain cart. That's going to be, I don't think that's going to be any kind of issue. The biggest deal is that like you guys are a little exposed right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think you'll see up ahead, you'll see Fergus like approaching, right? Like you'll see him coming to respond to the call for help, right? If you look up, you'll also see a predator bird in the branches of a tree a little ways away that's clearly got its eyes on Fergus, okay? You can free the cart, no problem, but then that predator bird might swoop into action against Fergus, okay? Or you can choose to deal with the cart in a minute or, continue pressing forward with the cart momentarily to warn Fergus.
Okay. I've got to go warn Fergus, so keep trying at this, and I'll be right back, kind of thing.
Yeah, go for it.
And I think it's just going to, and just so you guys understand the mechanical implications here, Kelsey, you'll be able to free the cart without doing another roll, but I'll just give you like a condition of some sort. So
yeah, without his extra weight and muscle, I imagine I have to like get behind it.
Yeah, I think I'll make you tired. I think, yeah.
Yeah. So Fergus is coming up to us. I'll do like the hand signal for like stop kind of thing, and then like point towards the tree line kind of thing.
Got it. We'll pick up with that in a moment. So Thrawn and Thistle, you guys are going back to go wrangle skinks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Thistle's saying, they're really cool looking, and there are a lot of them. What did you want with them?
I have an experiment that we are going to try to make this mission move faster. And I pull out the little stoppered chemical vial.
What's your guys' approach? Like, you could go back to where the skinks are. You see them. There's like 3 or 4 of them, like kind of clutched up, sort of like kind of at the top of a tree.
So, Thistle, we need to get these creatures to eat this somehow. We need to get it into their system. And then we need to be around them so that this is supposed to make them very impressionable. And if we are around them and we are treating them kindly, they will perceive us as part of their clutch, and we will be able to utilize them as mounts. Have you ever seen a skink move?
No, I don't think I have.
I'm like, watch this, and I like pick up a little piece of grain or a piece of sand that's big enough to throw. And I like throw it at the tree to just kind of startle them so that they twitch a little bit. I mean, do they just kind of move really quickly, like just for a second? Or
yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, yeah, if you're just trying to show like how quick they move, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can. That's fine.
So what do they usually eat?
And I just kind of like stare pointedly at Spot the spider, just like.
Okay.
You feel him receding on your back, like underneath your cloak, right? Just like very carefully receding underneath your cloak.
After Spot looks behind himself to make sure that there's nothing else behind that Thrawn is pointing at, right?
Right, indeed. Yeah. Well, so what's your approach? You guys just going to climb up there and try to shove this in their mouths, or what?
I thought we were going to. It would take more time, but maybe we need to catch them what they usually eat and put whatever your substance is on it so that they eat it.
Well, they eat bugs, and there's bugs everywhere. So
Spot can help us with that. We can set up a small web and probably put something tasty on the web to draw the bugs.
That would be super time-consuming, Thrawn. You guys are on it.
That's letting your spider take the time to make a web sounds like it might take entirely too long.
Even finding insects might be too time-consuming. You might just need to get up there and just do the thing.
I actually have some of Spot's food, so I have some like wrapped fruit flies
nice.
in my bag.
Right, yeah.
We could probably use that. They might work.
Yeah, let's try that.
Awesome. All right, that sounds like a good plan. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's go back to Fergus and the hawk. So Fergus, you're coming. You see the signal. You see the signal from Bart and Kelsey, and you look and you see that hawk. You see him. The gentle fluttering of feathers or ruffle of feathers is imperceptible audibly to any other creature, but you as a mouse can hear it. Even you as an old mouse can hear it.
So as soon as I see the movement, the hand gesture, I step behind a tree that's there next to the trail.
Mm-hmm.
I step off the trail, next to a tree, and then I look around and I see the hawk up there, and I kind of make a acknowledge gesture back so that they know I understood, and for them to get out of the way as well.
Mm.
I do the whole military, I'm going this way, and I'm going to start going through a covered route, slower route, back towards where the rest of them are. At this point, can I see the cart and all of that?
Yeah, you can kind of see it's under control, right? I think this is going to be trust your instincts, okay? Because you kind of like instinctively went to like cover, right? Like that's mouse behavior, right? When you trust your instincts and what they're telling you, roll with nature. On a hit, you learn something new and useful about your current situation, and you take +1 to act on it. On a 7 to 9, what you learn is dangerous or unsettling. So go ahead and roll plus nature.
So 10.
10, okay. On a hit, you're going to learn something new and useful about your current situation, and you take a +1 forward to acting on it. What you're going to learn as you go undercover is you'll see that the hawk, or whatever it is, a little unclear what kind of bird it is, but it's definitely a predatory bird. You can see that it actually has a nest up there as well, okay? Maybe information that might be useful later on, but in any case. So with all that in mind, you're just going to go try to get back to the rest of the group.
Yeah, I'm going to join the rest of the group. Basically, I'm going to join up with the cart man, the cart mouse, and make sure that he was exposed, as was Kelsey, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make sure that they get undercover.
I think you're going to get back fine, but now the problem is that hawk is hungry, and I think there's just a general complication of you guys need to get the hell out of Dodge as a general matter with this grain cart mouse, because that hawk's going to go hunting just on someone, right? Because there's still the 3 mice over in the opening. So
one of my directives is to set off on your own to accomplish something or showcase your extensive skill in the wilderness.
okay.
So I'm wondering, maybe I can like take the scent off of us by sussing out some like other prey in the woodlands. So that's like maybe even like injured, or if it has it young or something like that, then I'll send like a arrow to the young to have it like
be distracted or whatever. Yeah. That sounds like a good move. That seems appropriate for the situation. I mean, if what you're trying to do is like long term, like distract the hawk from like hunting you guys on the rest of the journey, I think that seems like a good move to make.
Maybe I'm hunting for other prey for it to get it to be full, so it doesn't care about us anymore.
All right, that sounds good. Go ahead and roll that. See how it goes.
So sniff them out. Roll with nature. Yeah, 12.
Okay, awesome. I think with a 12, I'll let you not only find what you're looking for, but you can make an effective plan to get the hawk off your trail. So think about it for a minute. I'm going to smash cut back to the skink group. Thrawn, you guys aren't aware of the hawk at all. You guys are just worried about these skinks presently. What's going on?
All right, so we've got the fruit flies. We've put we've coated them in this chemical. Yeah, so how high up the tree are they?
I don't know. It seems high to you because you're a mouse, but like in real world terms, it would probably just be like, 4 or 5 feet.
Okay, that's pretty high for a mouse.
Right, yeah.
Thistle, any bright ideas on how to get this up there? Maybe Spot could take it near to them?
And Fergus will join you shortly as well.
You want Spot to take the food closer to them and not be food himself? Yeah, she could probably do it, especially if she dangles it in front of them. So yeah, I can send Spot to climb up, I guess, above them and dangle it down in front of them.
That seems like a good, interesting plan. I've been doing it. Did you get some bonuses when you use Spot on moves?
If it's something dangerous.
Yes.
What's
Okay.
the other one?
You rolled wisdom instead. I like that. Let's just make that roll and see how it goes. Roll plus wisdom because you're using Spot for something dangerous. You can take help from Thrawn if needed.
Oops, don't need it.
Okay, awesome. Just and Fergus, you'll arrive as well, right, as this is all going on. Just give me the whole scene. Like, how do you get these skinks to eat this stuff?
You're talking to me?
Yeah, Thistle. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So Spot climbs up to the tree, the backside, and goes over the front. Spot's not that stupid, and then starts dangling them in front, the fruit flies in front of the ginks. And Spot is a little playful, of course, and so Spot starts swinging them a little bit, and And eventually gets their attention because they're hungry. And so then I expect that the first one flips one of its tongues out and grabs one of the fruit flies and pulls it in and starts chomping on it. Hump, 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 hump.
I think you'll be able to get the skinks to come down out of the tree and behave almost like docile, like dogs or whatever, right? Like kind of like they associate you all with food now. Okay, does that make sense?
Sure, that's a good thing. But
right, yeah.
yeah, and Thistle can pull out like another fruit fly and sort of hold it in front of them, like, "Come here, skinks. You're skinky, skinky, skinky."
So I think Fergus walks up during this and he was like, "Now I've seen everything."
I think like when you get there, as Thistle's like holding it out, I'm like on top of it already, like trying to determine the viability of it as a mount.
I think if you have like, I think you'll need like 3 skinks total for the party, like to use them effectively as mounts. Okay. Because you can probably ride like 2 mice to a skink, right? You can have your own skink, Thrawn, since you're the leader. Let's go back to Kelsey for a second. So Kelsey, everyone's off kind of doing their own thing. Bart went off to go like try to cope with this hawk, and the rest of the group has not responded to your call yet. So you don't really know what's going on back there. It's just you and this mouse farmer. His name is Beauregard, and he's very thankful. He's very grateful.
I'm like, whatever. And I get under the cart with him. I
Right.
drag him under the cart.
Exactly. You guys get the cart free, and you guys are just kind of like hanging out now, just kind of like resting or whatever, right? And he says,
Well, there's that hawk thing, so I'm definitely like getting him under.
the hawk. We're gonna get to that in a minute. The hawk's not a danger to you guys presently. It might be a danger to Bart still, but
She doesn't know that. Precautions. So yeah, we're underneath the thing.
Oh, yeah. So you guys can be under. That's fine. You're under the cart. He says, "So you're a recruit for the guard, huh?"
Yeah, that's right.
He's like, "I was a tender paw once.
Oh,
Yep, never earned my cloak.
did you decide the life wasn't for you, or did?
No. I just was. I was deemed. My performance was deemed below acceptable levels of adequacy. I still remember the day that I was given a pat on the shoulder by the matriarch and wished good luck in my future endeavors, and then sent out of Lockhaven. And I ended up in Ivydale, tending grain and raising crops. And here I am. I'm glad I eventually found my place in the world, but I tell you, there's not a day goes by that I don't regret not becoming a member of the Mouse Guard.
Oh. So,
But I'm sure you'll be fine."
For me, it's different. I know I'm going to find adventure. I have that, problem, if you want to put it that way. And I would like to do that with the guard. I think that I'll get a lot more accomplished, but
What will you do if you don't become a member of the Guard?
I don't know.
Mice that strike out on their own, that's bad news. Those sorts of mice don't last very long.
Well, yeah, and I come from a long line of guards. But, I've got my grandmother's axe from back with the Weasel War, and I just can't be idle,
No,
And
I
I
don't
think-
understand that. I believe in a life of duty. But to each his own, I suppose.
And I think that you've found you seem like you've found a good life here. You're diligent.
If you believe that hauling grain from town to town is a good life. I mean, I've lost my beetle. I don't even know how I'm supposed to get this. I'm just gonna get between the yolks. I'll get between the yolks myself and pull it the rest of the way to Appleloft.
That would be hard going.
But at least I now have the protection of the Mouse Guard, so that's wonderful.
Yeah. And with us to split the burden, maybe your going will not be so slow.
He's like, yes.
Sounds like a perfect time for us to arrive on our mounts and be like, we're going.
Exactly. Right? Yeah. Let's go to Bart for a minute. Bart, what do you locate, and how are you going to get the hawk to go after it instead?
Yeah, so I think what happens is, like, we left really early in the day again, so the sun is like just coming up, and I hear crickets.
Mhm.
And so I know that they're going to be close. So we get this like shot of a little mouse like running through the forest, super the tall grass anyway,
Yeah.
super fast, making their way to the forest. And when I find the crickets, what I do is I just like run really fast and beat my bow against the blades to make them all like. I picture like a scene where it's like a swarm of crickets just like start bouncing up and down, and I see like the hawk notice all the crickets and go after them because hawks eat crickets too. So
Okay, nice, awesome. I was thinking about making you roll, do something dangerous, but I'm okay with just kind of. I like how you've narrated it, so we'll just kind of move from there. Good, awesome. Skinks, skink back. So let's just put you all together. You're all together with this grain peddler, this grain monger, and you all arrive on your skinks. But you've got these skinks, and like I think it was maybe a little tricky at first to get them to go the direction you wanted to go in, right? But yeah, I'm curious, like Thrawn, like what is the basic procedure for like making sure the skink is running the direction you want them to run?
Yeah, so I think it's a lot like we initially try the hair riding technique, where you try and direct them with your feet.
Right, yeah.
But the skinks like scales are way too thick. They can't feel that at all.
Right, yeah.
So you have to climb up right behind its head and like cover one of its eyes. and that makes it turn the other way to try and get its vision back. That's how you guide your skink.
Sounds like all right, it's good. I think the benefit of having the skinks is the next time we do, I'm just going to require one more like sort of like wilderness journey to get from Apple Loft all the way to Spruce Tuck. Like you can arrive in Elmos, but I only need one roll for that whole stretch. So
Fergus turns to Thrawn and says, "Sir, we need to put warning out about this hawk. I saw its nest, and this is the normal pathway, and there will be mice of all sorts coming down here. We must mark danger and reroute the track."
And I'm like currently on a skink, like still getting used to it, and I accidentally direct it in the path of a tree, and it just like runs up the tree, and I'm like, oh God, like have to hold on.
Yeah.
And then like I cover both of its eyes, and it backs up. But then like I have like a epiphany, and I'm like, Fergus, what's keeping the hawk here?
Its nest.
What if we went up the tree and got rid of the nest?
I think that might make the hawk angry and chase us.
But it'll be gone from here, right? It won't come back, and any mouse that comes along this path will not have to fear it.
True, but it might impede us. I don't think we have time to. It's your call, but I don't think we have time to get rid of the hawk. We should make it known to others so that they can.